Have you ever wondered why the price of your daily vegetables changes so often, but your train ticket price remains fixed for a long time? Or why there are so many different brands of soap, each claiming to be the best, while only a few companies provide your mobile network? The answers to these questions lie in understanding the different types of markets, or what economists call market forms. A market is simply a place or a system where buyers and sellers come together to exchange goods and services. The structure of these markets can vary greatly, influencing everything from the price you pay to the quality of the product you receive. In India, our economy is a vibrant and complex tapestry of different market structures existing side by side. From the smallest local village hut to the massive national telecom industry, each operates under a different set of rules. The nature of competition is the main factor that defines these market forms. The number of sellers, the similarity of the products they sell, and how easy it is for a new seller to enter the market are all crucial characteristics. Understanding these structures is not just an academic exercise. It helps us make sense of the economic world around us, from our daily purchases to national policy decisions. The spectrum of market competition ranges from perfect, almost theoretical competition at one end to a complete lack of competition, known as a monopoly, at the other. In between these two extremes lie monopolistic competition and oligopoly, which are far more common in the real world. Each of these forms has a unique impact on consumers, producers, and the economy as a whole. For instance, high competition can lead to lower prices and better quality for consumers, while a lack of it can result in higher prices and less choice. The Indian economy offers fascinating real-life examples of all these market types. In this discussion, we will embark on a journey to explore 4 fundamental market forms: perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, and oligopoly. We will break down the key features of each structure in simple terms, making them easy to grasp. More importantly, we will connect these concepts to everyday Indian examples that we all encounter. By the end, you will have a clearer picture of why the market for potatoes is so different from the market for your mobile phone service, and how these structures shape our economic lives in countless ways. Let us first examine perfect competition, often considered the ideal or purest form of a market. The primary characteristic of this market is the presence of a very large number of buyers and sellers. Imagine your local sabzi mandi or vegetable market. There are countless farmers selling identical products, like tomatoes or onions, and numerous customers looking to buy them. No single seller or buyer is large enough to influence the market price. If one vendor tries to charge much more for their potatoes, you can simply walk to the next stall and buy from someone else. This means sellers are price takers, not price makers. Another key feature of perfect competition is that the products sold are homogeneous, meaning they are identical. A kilogram of potatoes from one seller is practically indistinguishable from a kilogram of potatoes from another. There is no branding or advertising to differentiate them. Furthermore, there is freedom of entry and exit. Any farmer can decide to start selling vegetables in the market, and any existing seller can choose to leave without facing major barriers. All buyers and sellers also have perfect knowledge about the prices and quality of the goods available, ensuring a fair and transparent transaction for everyone involved. At the complete opposite end of the spectrum lies a monopoly. The word mono means one. So a monopoly is a market structure where there is only a single seller of a particular product or service. This single firm has complete control over the supply and therefore has significant power to set the price. The product sold by a monopolist has no close substitutes, leaving consumers with no alternative. A classic and powerful example in the Indian context is the Indian Railways. For long-distance train travel across the country, there is no other company you can turn to. The Indian Railways is the sole provider. The existence of a monopoly is usually due to very high barriers to entry, which prevent other firms from entering the market. For Indian Railways, these barriers are immense. The sheer cost of laying thousands of kilometers of tracks, building stations, and managing a nationwide network is prohibitive for any private entity. This makes the government-owned Indian Railways a natural monopoly. Because there is no competition, a monopolist can potentially charge higher prices and may not have a strong incentive to innovate or improve service quality, which is why such markets are often regulated by the government to protect consumer interests. Now, let's explore a market form that is incredibly common in our daily lives: monopolistic competition. This structure is a fascinating blend of both monopoly and perfect competition, as its name suggests. Like perfect competition, it features a large number of sellers and buyers. However, unlike perfect competition, the products are not identical. Instead, each seller offers a slightly differentiated product. This differentiation can be based on branding, packaging, quality, design, or even the location of the shop. This is the world of brands, where companies work hard to convince you their product is special. Think about the market for soaps, shampoos, or toothpaste in India. You have dozens of brands like Lux, Dove, Pears, Lifebuoy, Colgate, Pepsodent, and Patanjali. While all of them are essentially soaps or toothpastes, each company uses advertising and unique selling propositions to create a distinct identity in the consumer's mind. One might be a beauty soap, another a germ kill soap, and a third an Ayurvedic soap. This product differentiation gives each firm a mini monopoly over its specific version of the product, allowing it some control over its price. If you are loyal to Dove, you might be willing to pay a little extra for it. Despite having some control over price, the power of each firm in monopolistic competition is limited. Because there are many other sellers offering similar, though not identical, products, the competition is still quite intense. If one brand raises its price too much, consumers can easily switch to a close substitute. For example, if your favorite local restaurant drastically increases its prices for biryani, you can always go to another restaurant nearby. This constant competitive pressure keeps prices in check and encourages innovation, as firms strive to make their products more appealing than their rivals. Furthermore, entry and exit into a monopolistically competitive market are relatively easy. Opening a new restaurant, a clothing store, or a beauty salon does not require the astronomical investment needed to build a railway network. This ease of entry ensures that if existing firms are making excessive profits, new firms will be attracted to the market, which increases competition and brings profits back to normal levels in the long run. This dynamic structure, full of choices and brands, is what characterizes a large part of India's retail and service sectors, offering a vibrant and competitive landscape for consumers. Finally, we arrive at oligopoly, a market form dominated by a small number of large firms. The word oligo means few, so an oligopoly is a market where only a handful of sellers control the majority of the market share. These firms are often massive in size, and their decisions have a significant impact on the entire market. The Indian telecom sector is a perfect contemporary example of an oligopoly. The market is primarily dominated by just three major players: Reliance Jio, Bharti Airtel, and Vodafone Idea. These few companies service hundreds of millions of customers across the country. A defining feature of an oligopoly is the interdependence between the firms. Since there are only a few players, each company must carefully consider the potential reactions of its competitors before making any move, especially regarding pricing. If Airtel decides to drastically cut its data plan prices, it knows that Jio and Vodafone Idea will likely respond with similar price cuts to avoid losing customers. This can lead to intense price wars, which we have witnessed in the Indian telecom industry. This strategic decision-making, almost like a game of chess, is a hallmark of an oligopolistic market. Products in an oligopoly can be either identical, like steel or cement, or differentiated, like cars or mobile services. In the Indian telecom market, The services are differentiated through branding, network quality, customer service, and bundled offerings like subscriptions to streaming platforms. Entry into an oligopolistic market is very difficult due to high barriers. These barriers can include the need for huge capital investment. Think of the cost of setting up a nationwide 5G network. Complex technology, government licenses, and strong brand loyalty enjoyed by existing firms, making it tough for a new company to challenge the established giants. In conclusion, understanding these four market forms, perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, and oligopoly, is crucial for making sense of the Indian economy. From the humble vegetable vendor in a perfectly competitive mandi, to the monopolistic power of Indian Railways, from the brand-filled world of monopolistic competition, to the strategic battles of the telecom oligopoly, each structure shapes our choices, prices, and the overall economic landscape. Recognizing these dynamics allows us to be more informed consumers and citizens, appreciating the complex forces that drive the grand bazaar of the Indian marketplace.